I've been asked this question on several occasions, and some is just like in the tone of voice, make you decide to do that. In other words, are you crazy? But recently, in fact, yesterday morning, I was asked this question by someone that I know. And how she asked the question, you know, she really and truly want to know, Paula, how you decide to make that change. What was the process? And I had to stop and think. And I told her is that I'm going to not give her the answer right away, because based on how she asked it, I heard the sincerity in her voice. It didn't come with any judgment. And I don't know what really she is going through now that make her start thinking about changing. So I decided that I'm going to give it much thought, and then I'm going to get back to her. And I'm sharing now with you what I told her last evening. Hi, my name is Paula Simon, a believer who decided to make a 180 in my life. Guys, I know I had to change. It took a while for me to establish what form of the change I should make and then to actually implement it. So right now I'm living my new normal, traveling and working on where next I would like to hang my hat, so to speak. Change is simple, but it's not easy. And as I told you, this friend or acquaintance, I would more call her, that asked me the question, and I gave her 3 pointers. I didn't ask her if she's thinking about making a change, what was her situation. I just decided to share this with her. And this is why I'm telling you this, because I don't know anyone who might be looking at this video what will be going on in your life, where you know that you have to make a change. If you're aware that you're supposed to make a change, there's another story. And how would you go about it? So let's go. If you're in the stage where you know something is happening in your life, you just don't know what it is, that is really tough. That is the hardest part, because you have to decide what next to do. And as I said several times before, especially if you're not having a crisis in your life, everything on paper got a green check mark to it. The job, your relationship with your spouse, relationship with your kids, your parents, whoever it is, workmate, that is sound. Your finances is sound. You have a great job. There isn't a health issue. Then it is hard for you to make that change, because as you look at paper, everything is okay. But with everything nice and shiny outside, there's a turmoil inside of you, because you know something is wrong. That is the hardest part, because at times you keep cleaning yourself. Because I went through it for years, checking myself, praying, asking God for forgiveness, and not being grateful when He's doing so much good things in my life. And I'm having this turmoil, knowing I had to move. I had to change. In fact, I didn't know what was happening initially, to be honest with you guys. And then when I realized that it is a change, what form of change it should make. So say, for instance, you're at that point where you know something is happening, you don't know what it is. As I said, it's the hardest. And now what I'll ask you is to keep still and ask the Father for guidance. I had to sit and ask God for guidance. It took a while. If you are at the spot where you know you have to make a change, but you're looking at your commitment, be it your family and friends or children, all of that sort of story, you have to sit and start thinking, what is the benefit of staying in a situation or living a life that you're not happy in? Guys, look at it. One thing being certain, I'm not being grim, I'm being very factual. One thing we know for certain is that we're going to die. There's no if, but, or maybe about it. Regardless of our income, your status, your race, your religion, whatever it is, we all go in. You have to ask yourself, if I get a death report now, or I get a sick report from the doctor, or I get the insight that I have 6 more months to live, would this be the life that I want to live? And if it is annoying you, but yet still you could see yourself being comfortable staying the last 6 months of your life on this earth in the same situation, then you don't need to change. All you have to do is figure out Are you being too dramatic about this situation? Is it that bad or anything like that? If you're on the other end of it, like I was, when I know if I get a 6 months report, that is not the life that I want to be living for the last 6 months of my life, you might have to bite the bullet. Be prepared that you're going to be upsetting persons, but you have to change. Next thing is what form of change is supposed to be. Is it be a change of job, be it a change of zip code, be it a change of country, be it it's something to deal with your health, be it with your finances? Because guys, let's look at it. It was a change of a home with a whole lot of stuff to still working, to be honest with you guys, still working to dwindling down my stuff to a small amount. That might not be your change. Your change might be just a health, or it might be just a change of a job, right? But whatever change it is, you have to look at it and say, am I willing to go through the dis-ease? Because it is simple. It is not easy. Take it from someone who's been changing. This change I make is really and truly the third major change in my life. I moved from Guyana to America, from New York to Atlanta, from Atlanta back to New York for just a minute, and now I'm out on the road. So I went through major changes in my life. And just because you've done it before, that doesn't make this new one easy. So it is simple. It is not easy. So you go through not knowing something is not right. Then you establish that you have to make a change, whatever change that is. You start thinking, should I apply the change? You do the 6 months more to live method. Would I be comfortable the way I am? As I said, if you're going to be comfortable, stay there. If you're not, you're going to make the change. The final thing is actually implementing the change. Something that I discover now that I'm on the road. Before, I could not have shared this with you guys, but now I discover it. One of the things in your whole life you have to change is your time. The time you wake up in the morning, or how you manage your time during the day. If that is part of the new change, I will advise you, because I wish if I had known this before. Start implementing the new way of living gradually in the old way. Do not wait until you make the complete change and then you start doing it. Whatever is part of the new change, as I said, getting up early, whether it's exercising, better managing your money, it is. Because even if it's the case you leave your job or you leave your one zip code and move to another, chances are not only that would be the change, it will have other things that you need to do in order to support the change, or if possible to enhance the change. It is those little small things you start identifying, and as much as possible, start implementing it in the old life. So when you get over to this new life, so to speak, it would not be new. Guys, I am struggling with my time. For years, I never managed time because I work with myself. I wasn't seeing clients whole day, 10 clients per day. No, I see somebody this week, I see somebody next week, I might be following up. But then I could call them and they could call me. So I had no time management. The good thing about it, I wasn't a person who would be late for an appointment, but I had bad time management there because the appointment is 10 o'clock. What Paula doing in the building at 8 o'clock in the morning? It was good. Oh, I turn up, I'm on time, but it was bad time management because those 2 hours, then I am just sitting on twiddling my thumbs. Chances are I would never be on my laptop or so to work while I wait. That I don't do. So there's 2 hours, whether it's at the airport or where I look good, it was and it is bad time management. And I've been doing that. So I have a major struggle now. And I have to give myself grace because when I look at the days, it's going very quickly and I'm not accomplishing all what I would like to accomplish. And it's not because I'm extra busy or I have anywhere to go or I got things to do. I just not managing my time good. Not even great. It's just a barely good. I'm not managing it because it's in a horrible state. So what I will advise you is that whatever you plan to do, as much as possible, start doing it, you could say, before the change, so it will help when you're in the change. So as I told this young lady last night, I said, those are the steps that I will advise you. I said, I don't know, and I did not ask, and I purposely did not ask her what is happening. I know something is, and it seems that after we finished talking, she was very happy and she thanked me so much because she said she get clarity, and that was good enough for me. But if you don't know, you know something's supposed to happen, work. Ask God to help you. When you establish that you have to change, the next step is establishing what form of change it's going to make. When you get that done, you know, do the 6 months. If I'm dying, do I want to stay like this? No, I don't want to stay like this. So it might be mashing certain people's toes. It might be getting people upset. It might people asking, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? Whatever is the case might be, you got to work through that. You got to deal with all of that and make that change. And whatever you decide that is part of the new you or the new way you're living, as much as possible, apply it to the whole life. Guys, change is a necessity. Change makes us grow. Change forces us to think differently. I never have to worry about in a landmark when I was in New York or I'm in Atlanta. No. Here I have to, because most of all is that I don't speak the language. They have a whole different system of doing things. So you're forced to think, you're forced to be more present, you're forced to take note of where you are. I didn't have to. Especially if it's daytime, I ain't have to. I stroll wherever it is. And I know I figure it out, oh, this street it can run into that street and that. Here I don't know what run into what. But what it does, it could be a little annoying. But the big picture I look at is that I am feeding my brains because it is real. This is not just real talk. They have documentation and it's scientifically proven that when you do not do new things, part of your brain cells die. In order for your brain cells to grow and to keep it alive, we have to nourish it. And we nourish it not only with the food, but we nourish it by learning new things. And if we're not learning, we are dying. Literally, our brains is dying. And who knows, that might be the problem we're leading with Alzheimer's and all of these sort of stuff. I don't know. If you look at it, that most of us, we go to our jobs, we know who this where is, we know where that is, whether it's our church, if it's a certain club or social activities, our friends here, our favorite shop is there, and we live through that. And it's good for us because then it's like this, we could do it even asleep. But what is not good for our brains? We are not learning new things. So sometimes, somehow or the other, we get the communication that we need to change. And for some of us, it is more prominent than some. Some of us, it reach a point, like myself, where I had to choose between living in this profound unhappiness and anxiety. And I'm telling you guys, I had a burning pain in my temples for years until I decided to make a change. So I don't know what's happening in your life, but one thing I know for certain, if you're breathing, you have to make some change. Take it from me. It might be a small one or might be a big crazy one like I did, but you have to change. So guys, those are the 3 points I shared with this young lady, and this is what I'm sharing with you guys, because I know someone out there, this will be of value to them. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Because we have so much of us knowing that we need to do things and we don't. And I'm telling you, for over 18 years, I deal with clients and I deal with people who eventually be friends. And take it from me, they say it, They know it, but yet still they won't make a change. So guys, have a great day, and we will talk later. Bye. Okay, before you go, let me share something. Ain't God good?